What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have 3 plant-based recipes that are super affordable and budget-friendly and with staple items that you probably already have stocked up in your pantry. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Chanty and I post plant-based recipes and vegan content. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe by hitting that red button down below. You can turn on the bell so you don't miss every time I upload. And it would really help out my channel if you could give this video a big ol' thumbs up. Smash that like button down below. So let's just jump right into the video. I'm really excited to share these recipes with you guys because I think they'll help you guys out a lot if you are sticking to a tight budget. I'm gonna be making these recipes throughout the week, so you will see what a week's of really affordable, budget-friendly vegan meals look like. So yeah, let's just get into the recipes. So this first recipe is for salsa rice and beans. I'm not really sure what to call it. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comment section. I used to make this recipe all the time when I was in college. It was like my go-to affordable lunch or dinner. I'm gonna be using my Instant Pot for some of these recipes, but you do not need to have an Instant Pot to make these. You can easily make them on the stovetop. I'm gonna tally up all of the totals for today's ingredients so you guys will get an accurate amount that each recipe will cost you to make. So this salsa recipe makes 2 servings, so feel free to double this recipe if you need to feed a whole family. The entire recipe only costs $2.53 and it has 2 servings, so that comes to $1.27 per serving. Obviously these prices are going to vary depending on where you get your groceries from. I got my brown rice from the dollar store and it has 4 cups per pound, so that comes out to 25 cents per cup. And I got the salsa from Trader Joe's. It has 3 half-cup servings in it at $1.99 for a jar. It comes out to 66 cents per half cup. The 1 can of black beans is from Trader Joe's. That costs 79 cents. The roasted frozen corn from Trader Joe's costs $2.49, and 1 cup of that comes out to 83 cents. First, I'm starting out with 1 cup of brown rice that I rinsed off, 1.5 cups of water, next, I'm adding 1 cup of frozen corn and a half a cup of salsa. You could use whatever salsa is your favorite. So I'm gonna add in a half a cup and just give that a stir. So I'm just gonna pop on the lid. Turn the valve to sealing. So hit the manual button, which is the same thing as the pressure cook button, and adjust the time to 18 minutes. And when the timer goes off, do a natural release, which takes about 20 minutes. Okay, so it has been 20 minutes. I did a full natural release. So carefully take off the lid and give your rice a stir. And maybe do a little taste test like I'm doing here. And then I rinsed off the can of black beans in a strainer, and I'm gonna add those in, and the heat from the rice will warm up the black beans, and just stir those in. And that is it for this recipe. As you can see, it is super simple, but really filling, and the salsa is really what flavors the dish. So yeah, that is it for this recipe. I love this recipe because it is so affordable and filling at the same time. This next recipe is for 5-ingredient chickpea noodle soup. I love this recipe because it is such a comforting classic, and this version can be whipped up super fast with only 5 ingredients. So here's the cost breakdown for the chickpea noodle soup recipe. The entire recipe costs $2.99. Divided by 4 servings comes out to 74 cents per serving. I just estimated the cost of all these ingredients. 1 onion is about 69 cents at Trader Joe's. If you buy a pound of carrots at Trader Joe's, 2 carrots costs about 20 cents. 1 can of chickpeas from Trader Joe's costs 79 cents. 1 broth cube I'm gonna use costs about 31 cents. And I just estimated the noodles costing $1. That's on the high end though. I'm gonna be making this recipe on the stovetop in a big pot. I have made this recipe in the Instant Pot before, so start warming up your pot on medium heat, and once it's heated up, throw in your onions and saute those until they are soft. And I let my pot get a little bit too hot, so yeah, as you can see, I splashed in the water. I'm burning the shit out of my onions. So yeah, my onions are just a little bit burnt, but it's fine. So after your onions cook for a little bit, go ahead and add in the carrots. And add in the entire can of chickpeas with the liquid. And I'm gonna be using these broth cubes that I showed you. I really like these because it comes with 8 in a package, which is 8 recipes worth. But to reduce the amount of sodium in these, you can cut them in half and you get 16 recipes worth. I didn't include this in the original ingredients footage in the beginning, but I'm also going to be adding in 1 bay leaf. Bay leaves are extremely cheap, so I always have a ton of these on hand and it adds some flavor into the recipe. But if you don't have bay leaves on hand, don't even worry about it. You can totally make this recipe without them. Okay, so I just gave that a stir and I'm going to add in 5 cups of water. And I'm going to put on the lid and bring the soup up to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. And after it's been simmering for about 10 minutes, go ahead and add in the pasta that you're using. And you're gonna wanna cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes until the pasta is cooked. And that is it for this recipe. As you can see, it is pretty quick and super easy to make with only 5 ingredients. If you want to take this recipe a few steps further, celery would be a great addition to this recipe, and also maybe some garlic and some thyme. But yeah, this is just a very simple, cheap version of chickpea noodle soup. So the last recipe for today is for lentil bolognese spaghetti. This is probably my favorite recipe of today's video. The lentils give you some protein and the whole wheat pasta is super filling and it only comes in at $1 per serving. So the lentil bolognese spaghetti recipe comes out to $4.08 for the whole recipe. Divided by 4 generous servings, that comes out to $1.02 per serving. And these are just estimates once again. For a really simplified version of this recipe, all you need is your favorite marinara sauce, 1 cup of lentils, and some whole wheat spaghetti. But I'm gonna take this just a tiny step further and I'm gonna be adding in an onion and a carrot. So the onion costs about 69 cents, but since this is a really big one, I'm only gonna use half of it for the recipe. 1 carrot is approximately 10 cents. 1 cup of lentils is about 50 cents. This jar of marinara sauce from Trader Joe's is $1.79, and the spaghetti is from the dollar store, so that costs $1. Okay, so since I'm using onions, I'm gonna first saute them. So I'm gonna put the Instant Pot on saute. Okay, so my Instant Pot has heated up. I'm gonna add in the onions. And I'm just gonna let those cook for a couple minutes until they are soft. And next I'm gonna go ahead and add in the carrot. This is 1 really large carrot, peeled and diced. You could use like 2 small ones if you have them. And I'm just gonna give that a stir. I'm gonna splash in some water so they don't stick to the bottom. And next I'm gonna add in the lentils. This is 1 cup of small brown lentils that I rinsed off in the sink. And you wanna make sure you sort them ahead of time also. I found a few rocks in there. And these are small lentils. There's different variety of lentils. These ones are small. Actually, there's a big one right here. Like, do you see the difference? That's a big one and that's a small one. And I like to use the small ones because, well, it doesn't really matter. Just use whatever you have on hand. But I like to use the small ones because it tastes better in the sauce. So I'm gonna add those in. And next I'm adding in 1.5 cups of water. And I'm gonna add in the whole jar of marinara sauce. This is a 26-ounce jar. And I'm not gonna be adding in any other seasonings to this because this marinara sauce is particularly flavorful. But if you're just using like a plain marinara sauce or plain tomato sauce, you could add in some Italian seasonings and maybe some garlic powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and add in the whole jar. And I just splashed some water in the jar to get everything out from the sides. And I'm just gonna give this a stir. Next, pop on the lid and make sure the valve is pointing to sealing. And then press cancel on saute. Press manual for 10 minutes. And when it's done, I'm gonna do a natural release. And I just wanted to say you could definitely make this on the stovetop. Just add everything to a pot and let it simmer for about 20 minutes, I think. Simmer the sauce until the lentils are tender. And in the meantime, I am gonna cook up the spaghetti in a separate stovetop pan. All right, so I did a full natural release. And that is it for this bolognese sauce. All you need to do is cook up your pasta and put the sauce on top. This recipe came out so good. I think it really depends on the type of marinara sauce you use. The one I use from Trader Joe's is so flavorful, like I already said. Already has all the seasonings in it. And yeah, I really love this recipe. I think this is my favorite one in today's video. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope this video helped you guys out and gave you some ideas for some really affordable and easy meals. Let me know if you try out any of these recipes. And I think that is it. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.